Alright, I'll note that when we get into the tutorial for Total War Rome Remastered, apparently it's an info dump. So yeah, I want to basically go through like the original prologue for the original game because info dumps aren't exactly that interesting. I'll still basically show it off, but won't really be happy to do so. Alright, so I will note there's basically like a readme and a manual and all this stuff right here, but I'll be honest, it's not really that much. Basically get like, your introduction, installation, getting started. Here's controls. So note that basically we have like modern like WAS controls for like moving around stuff, move up and down, like X and Z, rotate clockwise of E and Q. So a little bit more controlled than it was before. Bit more like keys for stuff. There's the battle map. Still P to pause. You can like group your units with like stuff down here. Still camera up with V and C. I don't see like the return key or anything else here being like stated. So a little bit of changes and stuff like that. You sort of get the idea basically. So a little bit of changes and stuff like that. Alright, so if I want to basically show this off, I just hold down the control key. I'll obviously keep like pressing this like, get in here, but whatever. At some point I might go into Barbarian Invasion to show that off, but let's just show off the original game, as I intend to do. So yes, Total War, Rome Remastered. Apparently having the Rome after the Total War, as opposed to before it. And now we get into the intro for the Rome Remastered. So yeah, a lot shorter. Doesn't really feel like it has the same heart to the same like intro the original one had, but whatever. Laws are silent in times of war. Cicero. Alright, so I'm basically going here and like adjust stuff as I need to, so put that down a little bit right there. My quality is apparently on medium. That's fine for now, I guess. I might be able to do a little bit better, but we'll see about that later. We have controls I can basically mess around if I want to, so if I wanted to have like the, okay, so if you want classic, it's right there. You can just go classic and it goes to classic Total War. So yeah, cards, deselect all of enter. Deselect now is like Control D. Stop character walking up backspace. There's gameplay settings right there, so unlock camera, remaster camera. Go into credits if you want. Now, I'll note that basically for like the Imperial campaign here, basically note there's like no prologue, so you know, the tutorial is basically in like the game here. And yeah, high first time, that'll be like, you know, what's happening right now. I'll play this as a medium difficulty for now, just because like, you know, I am at least some experience with this game. Now here's something that I've actually like, you know, learned about this like game by the way. Apparently like, you know, they messed around with like the difficulty sliders for this game, and it made it so like if you basically like put this like up to like, you know, hard, very hard, or like, you know, stuff like that, it basically like, you know, adjusts like the enemy's like morale and like attack by like a fixed amount. I'm not sure if they changed it, but you know, that's what it initially did when it got out. Then we have like arcade battles, so battles are quicker and less realistic. Morale, fatigue, and some abilities are disabled, blah blah. You have realistic governance. Governance must be present to manage the summit. So, I'm not sure if that's basically like, you know, I guess it was a thing in the original game, but I don't really remember it, so... I'll keep it on for now since we're basically doing this on normal, but whatever. I could have like, you know, short campaign, but you know, whatever. Battle limit off, we're not going to do that. Follow characters. Sure, I'm obviously see what's happening. We'll enable the tutorial. And I'm not basically, figure out this game here. It's worth knowing I basically played like, you know, Carfish, but like, you know, my initial like, you know, foray into like the original like game to basically show off the you guys in the Let's Play. But I never actually have like, here's something that I like to basically note. I've never actually done like the full like, you know, grand campaign for like, you know, the Imperial campaign in this game. I basically like played like the short campaigns and like, you know, you saw me beat like, you know, the game of like Carfish there, but I never actually played like the full one. So I've always wanted to basically do that at least once. And by the way, we have like, you know, access to like a few factions here, and so, like, you know, we basically like, you know, beat like the other stuff in the campaign. So this faction is locked until they are defeated in a campaign. Alternatively, relaunch the game and select unlock all factions on the advanced tab in the pre-game options window if you want. So why not we'll do like the historic way of like, you know, playing one of these bits right here. New to Total War Rome Remastered. If this is your first time playing Total War Rome Remastered, we recommend that you play the base game tutorial before starting a campaign. Would you like to play the tutorial? This will exit the current game and launch the base game tutorial. Okay. The tutorial must be played using the recommended medium unit size and default remaster controls. Unit size can't be changed beyond this prompt, but you will be able to customize the controls once the tutorial is complete. Interesting. So there is a tutorial.
Gods. I hate Gauls. My grandfather hated them too. Even before they put out his eyes. Did you think I'd be out here on the frontier without good reason? Yes. Rome needs a strong frontier. No! Rome doesn't need unwashed barbarians at her gates. So, that's why I'm here. The leader of the Julii, to bring Roman order to stinking Gauls. Revenge? That'd be good too. This war against the Gauls won't last long. And when it's done, I've got plans. This is all about power. Power in Rome. Going down that road means dealing with all my rivals. The Senate, the Greeks, those Carthaginian elephant riders, the Scipii and the Brutii families too. After all, the man who controls Rome rules the world. And one day, I will be emperor.
Alright, well that's basically a redone sort of like intro there. That was actually the intro, I think, for the original Julii campaign. The die is cast. Yes, it is. I have to say, this is taking a while to get into. Now, I'll note that, I guess while this is basically loading, this has actually been a very polarizing remaster of this game because some people like it, some people really dislike it and like the original better. The main thing about, like, you know, Rome Total War Remastered is that it's basically, like, you know, available for like people to basically play on modern systems, so like Windows 10 and 11 and or 12 and stuff like that. All right, so welcome to the Total War Rome Remastered, the updated version of the classic Rome Total War. To read about notable changes and additions, navigate these pages using the arrows below. Close the panel using the button at the top right. To revisit the information at a later date, open the pause menu and click the link at the top of the help sheet. All right, so the UI size setting allows you to adjust how big the user interface appears. It is accessed via the pause or main menu under graphics setting. Increase this setting makes the UI elements larger and, for some players, easier to read. However, the UI will cover more of the screen. Reducing the setting has the opposite effect. We recommend increasing the UI size for those playing on lower resolution displays or those with visual impairments. Decreasing the UI size is best for those playing on larger, high resolution displays. So, I've got, like, you know, a typical, like, you know, 1920 by 1080 type of screen here, but whatever. Quick list detailing all the summits, armies, agents, and fleets, and allow you to keep track of every element. That's basically from before. To open a list, oh, this is actually a little different because you actually have on the different bottom of your scrolls, I guess. To open a list, right-click on one of the 4 buttons at the bottom of the screen. Mouse over items for more details. Click on an item to jump to its location on a campaign map. Sort and filter using the column headers. The Send Agent panel lets you order your agents to spy on, sabotage, assassinate, or negotiate with a selected target. To open the panel, first select a rival character or summon. Then select this agent and mission and review the probability of success and the number of turns required. Missions can also be assigned by directly selecting your agents on the campaign map or via the agent hub. Not really sure what to say about that. The agent hub keeps track of your spies, assassins, diplomats, and merchants. Okay, so that's something I actually know about this game, by the way. I'll note the original Rome Total War didn't actually have merchants in it, but they basically added it into, like, you know, the remaster here. I actually wonder if you actually disable merchants, but whatever. It allows merchants to be assigned to different agents in quick succession. The top list shows each agent at your disposal within their location, skill rating, and current status. Selecting an agent opens a profile and reveals a list of potential targets. Merchants are a new agent type that boosts income by creating trade links between their home region and our settlements. They can be recruited in any settlement with a market or larger trading structure. Move a merchant to another region to establish a trade link, and to another settlement to establish a culture link. Move onto a resource to monopolize it, and so deny it to rivals. Merchants can also attempt to buy each other out, and so remove competition. So, merchants, they basically act like they do in, like, say, a Medieval 2, I guess, or, you know, that game from those basically who know what it is. To help you plan out your moves, the map overlay displays a wide range of data. It can be configured to display icons for summons, armies, agents, and trade goods. Switch between color-coded region display to view faction control and relationships, development, resources, and security. At the start of each turn, you'll receive news about your faction and the world events, alerts on urgent matters, and reports on construction, recruitment, and finances. Roman factions can also view details on active missions. The filter button at the top of the panel allows you to disable messages you don't wish to receive. So yeah, you know, news is basically from before. The wiki provides detailed information on every aspect of Total War Rome Remastered, including game mechanics, strategy, and tactics. Access the wiki from the pause menu, or by using the button with the wax table icon immediately to the right of the Var's portrait. Context-sensitive articles are opened by Alt plus clicking on tooltips when prompted. Okay, so
Welcome to Total War, Rome Remastered. I am Victoria, your advisor. I will be your guide through the world of Total War, Rome Remastered. Follow my instructions and you will learn everything you need to know. To proceed, click the tick button.
That sounds like a AI generated voice right there, by the way, but whatever. Alright, so yeah, I can see, like, you know, they got buttons basically down here to click for, like, you know, there's stuff down here. And some stuff's disabled until we get through the tutorial.
This is Rome, the eternal city of the Seven Hills, home of the Senate and the people of Rome. As yet, there is no empire, just the Senate and a few great families such as yours, vying for power. You play as the Julii, one of Rome's most important families. You only have 2 settlements, Arretium and Ariminum, and 1 army under your command. Your goal is to assist the Senate and extend the power of Rome.
Alright.
This is the area around Rome. Parts of the map are obscured by the fog of war and shrouded in darkness. As you explore, the lay of the land is revealed, and you will see the armies, agents, and settlements belonging to other factions.
Alright, so. I feel like I can't scroll around this yet.
To get more information on any object on the map, hover the mouse cursor over it. The panel at top right lists the movement controls for the camera. Practice moving the camera by following the steps shown in the panel.
Alright, so. Now I can basically... Ooh, that's a little fast. And I can use, like, you know, WAS if I want as well. Scroll the mouse wheel to zoom the camera in and out, so do that. Oh, you can actually like rotate in this field here. Wow, look at that! You can actually rotate on the world map now.
The Senate has given you a mission: capture Segesta, a village under rebel control. Complete this mission, and the Senate will reward you. This is the first step towards building your empire. Follow the on-screen highlights to view the mission details in the news panel. Then locate the target on the campaign map.
Alright, so new mission assigned. The Senate has given you a mission. Capture Segesta, a village under rebel control. Complete this mission and the Senate will reward you. This is the first step toward building your empire. Follow the on-screen highlights to view the mission details in the news panel, then locate the target on the map. So, time limit, basically go after Segesta. They want me to kill it in 10 turns. You will be rewarded with a unit of terraria if you basically win. So, there's Segesta right there. Ligurian rebels, village at war. And hold Alt to expand tooltip. You can actually see what's basically in there if I want. Alright, so I guess there is a wiki, but something went wrong with the page. Now, that's in the overlay, by the way, so you may not be able to see the overlay, which is unfortunate, but oh well. That's just how I decided to do it. They don't have it, like, in the game, they have it, like, you know, outside of it, so oh well.
On the campaign map, armies are represented by their general. This is Flavius Julius. To attack or lay siege to a settlement, select an army by clicking on it, then order an attack by right-clicking on the target.
Alright, so yeah.
Attack Segesta with the highlighted army.
Very, like, you know, sort of like, you know, suggestive things here. You know, I wish I could actually, like, you know, right-click to basically see what each of these guys really do, but whatever.
Sir! Engage the enemy!
We'll go attack.
This is the Siege Overview panel. It shows how long a settlement can withstand a siege. A village like Segesta has no defenses, so you can attack immediately.
Yeah, I can attack immediately.
Select the highlighted button to assault Segesta.
Alright, so we actually see like, how long do it last. Siege equip if I basically want to build it, but I can't, doesn't really matter. Maintain siege, attack, or whatever. So he's got Warband, Barbarian Peasants, and Archer Warband, so nothing too special here. We can see what he's got. So he got population of 160 soldiers garrisoned. So 40. That's probably like, Okay, so yeah. 40 of these guys, 60 of these guys, 60 of these guys. You actually see like, the numbers. That's how you can actually know what it is. Summons our siege. Wall level, none. Public order, don't know. There's the population growth, population need to upgrade settlement, income per turn, and tax income.
This is the battle deployment panel. Your forces are shown on the left, and the enemies on the right. In the center, the blue and red balance of power bar indicates your army's strength relative to the enemy's. As you can see, you have an overwhelming advantage. When you are ready to continue, click on the highlighted Fight Battle button.
Alright, so they don't want me praying like the all resolve. They just want me to just attack them right away, so we'll do that. We can see I basically have like, a couple of stati here, Triarii, Roman archers. There's this Warband, Peasants, and Archer Warband, so nothing too special here. I have to say I'm not really too impressed with the loading times for the game, but well, at least it works. And I suppose for people who basically have like really newer systems, that's the only way to really play it now.
Ave, General. I am Marcus, Centurion, and trusted military advisor to the House of Julii. Battle is about to commence. I will guide you, teaching you how to command your armies and crush your enemies for the glory of Rome.
Alright.
The panel top right lists controls for panning, rotating, elevating, and tilting the camera. Practice moving the camera by following the steps shown in the panel. The unit card bar at the bottom of the screen shows your units. The cards update throughout battle to show each unit's current orders and status. For example, if they are taking damage and/or routing, how much ammunition they have, and how many of them are still in the fight.
I definitely like the controls.
To issue commands, first select a unit. Start with your spearmen, the Triarii. Select your Triarii. Right-click to move your Triarii to the highlighted location. They will protect your other infantry units from enemy cavalry. Move your Triarii to the highlighted location.
Alright, let's get them over there.
Use the controls at top right to speed up, slow down, or pause the battle.
You gonna move over in a bit, or what?
Now move your light infantry. The Hastati are capable melee fighters, but vulnerable to cavalry. To protect them, place them behind your Triarii.
Nope,
Move
you
your
can actually see.
Hastati to the highlighted location.
You can actually see, like, the ranges for these guys. Like there are like arrow ranges or throwing ranges.
Has started. Move, move.
I assume it was a proper deployment phase, and it's like, you know, just for a tutorial here, but whatever.
To protect your archers from cavalry charges and melee combat, place them behind the Hastati. Move
There's-
your archers to the highlighted location.
You can see like this guy's much larger range. I see my generals next.
Finally, move your general and his bodyguard unit to the highlighted location on the flank. The general is always your most valuable unit. Do not put him in danger. Move your general to the highlighted location.
Quickly.
There we go.
Grouping allows you to quickly command multiple units as a single force. The panel at top right gives the steps to group units. Group all your units.
There we go.
To ensure that grouped units keep their shape, lock their formation. Lock the formation. Order your army to move closer to the settlement. Move your army by following the instructions at top right.
Now we're getting close enough, and we're probably going to rain down by arrows.
The time has come. The enemy has marched forth to meet us in battle. Use your archers to soften up their spearmen. Select your archers, then right-click the highlighted enemy troops to attack.
Yeah, note by the way, it's like up and down as opposed to like moving in and out.
Take out the enemy archers with a cavalry charge. Charging should be used sparingly. While it gives the enemy little time to react, it also tires your units quickly. You may also use the walk-run toggle to change the speed at which a unit moves.
That's right here.
Orders completed. Ready. Aim.
The enemy flank is badly exposed. A cavalry charge will make short work of them. Charge the enemy!
Alright, the double click went there. That works a lot better than like the original one, so I'm happy with that.
You can issue single commands to multiple units by selecting their unit cards before giving an order. Deter the enemy spearmen from counterattacking your cavalry by charging them with both your infantry units. Attack the enemy with both your Hastati units by following the instructions at top right.
They'll throw their javelins probably first. Or kill them, I guess. Now, I think in this game, like, you know, certain weapons beat others, so sword beats spear, spear beats axe.
The enemy are weakened. It's time to finish them off. Select all your units and overwhelm them. Rout or destroy all remaining enemy units.
The gods have filled the heart of the enemy general with fear. Now he flees the field like a coward.
I remember these guys can be killed, right? So.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
Yeah, I could continue, but I guess it's telling me to end battle, so whatever.
Suggester is yours. The battle results panel shows how you perform. Save a victory, then return to the campaign map by clicking the highlighted tick mark.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
Alright, so that's basically how they're basically, like, doing it this time. They basically have, like, like, see, like, what casualty inflicted. So, the Warband inflicted a couple, the Warband inflicted one. Casualties healed, stuff like that. The more influence a diplomat has, the more likely they are to succeed in negotiations. The more they succeed, the more influential they become. Valiant profit more in their country than the finest, cleverest speakers. Plautus. I have to say, the troll isn't that bad. I mean, it's just on the main campaign, so it works fine enough. I assume we're gonna have a little bit of, like, colony, like, development now, or settlement development now. Do. So I win.
Victory!
Now that you have crushed the rebel army, you must decide the fate of Segester's inhabitants. You have 3 options: occupy, enslave, or exterminate. Occupy Segester to keep its population intact for recruitment and settlement growth. Though take heed, if you don't put at least a few people to the sword, it may be difficult to maintain order.
There's no one in Segesta.
Enslave Segester, and you will make money from looting and selling some of its people into slavery in your other settlements. But be aware that a large influx of slaves may cause unrest. Exterminate Segester, and you will massacre the population and loot everything. Good for a quick boost of revenues, but at the cost of the settlement's future development. At this moment, it would be wise to enslave Segester.
Okay, so they want me to enslave it. And its first population between Erectum, Artemanium, and, like, Rome.
You have taken your first settlement, and are on the path to establishing a great empire in the name of Rome.
I'll note, I've actually gotten a couple achievements so far. One for, like, the flawless victory, and one for, like, capturing my settlement here, apparently, so... Not sure you're able to see that, but it's there happening in the overlay.
Once you control a settlement, develop it through construction, recruitment, and taxation. These are handled in the Settlement Overview panel. Open Segester's Settlement Overview panel. The Overview panel details any selected settlement, army, agent, or admiral. As you move the mouse cursor over its buttons and icons, tooltips will appear. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with this panel. You will use it a lot. When you are ready to continue, click the tick button.
So yeah, I can see who's basically, like, in it right now. Settlement resistance, so... In the event of siege, the settlement can hold up for a few turns. the number of soldiers currently garrisoned inside, the population after enslaved it, population needed to upgrade a settlement. That's the tax rate? Yep, there's the tax rate. And income per turn from the settlement. There's the public order of currently happy. And construction to basically build something. Wonder where recruitment is going to be.
Developing a settlement allows it to generate more income, train better units, and increase its rate of population growth. Bigger settlements can construct better buildings and recruit more units. Open the construction panel by following the instructions top right.
Alright, so click on the highlight button.
Segesta is a village, the smallest type of settlement. However, its population is big enough for it to be a town. To upgrade Segesta, build a governor's house.
Okay.
Start construction by following the instructions top right.
So click the construction button, right click the building for details. So population 400 lets me train peasants. And click the highlight governor's house to add to the construction queue.
A governor's house is a civic building, but you can also construct economic and military buildings. Let's try building those.
Okay, probably needs like 2 right here.
Economic buildings help generate income. They include farms and mines which produce goods, marketplaces that boost trade, and roads and ports to facilitate trade with other settlements. Build a port in Ariminum by following the instructions top right.
Alright, so the game developers were smart to actually make you actually use ports here. Because, of course, ports are basically like the mainstay for like getting, money from it, so... This looks to be like the stuff basically in here right now. And there's the port right there, so... There's the port. Enables me to trade, or, train triremes, or triremes, or biremes, apparently. I guess like the next one's up is the triremes. Trade fleets available, 1 fleet, automatically travel via most valuable routes. Probably just the governor for here, so 5 years Julii is right here.
Military buildings allow you to recruit units. Infantry, cavalry, archers, and siege artillery are all recruited in different buildings, so plan construction around your recruitment needs. Right now, you are short of ranged units, so build a practice range in Arretium. That will let you recruit Velites, javelin-wielding light infantry.
Okay.
Follow the instructions to add a practice range to Arretium's construction queue.
So it wants to build the archery range, or the practice range. Now, I know I don't really think much of like the missile troops for Rome, but I have to build them somewhere at some point, right? So that's fine.
Now that development is well underway, it's time to prepare for your next conquest. Mediolanum is a suitable target. To take it, you will need your experienced army, currently stationed in Segesta. However, be sure to leave a few town watch garrisoned in Segesta to maintain order.
They're still having us suggesting the town watch, even though peasants would probably be better.
You are not yet able to recruit town watch units in Segesta, but you may do so in one of your larger settlements and send them to Segesta. Click on Arretium to open its settlement overview panel, then follow the instructions top right to recruit a town watch.
Alright, so there's recruitment right there. So, peasants, town watch, Estati, Byram, diplomat. So there's the town watch, light infantry. You get 4 of them. They cost like, is it 150 base to recruit or 100 to maintain? I assume it was 150 recruit. Pants app, poor morale.
While you wait for the town watch to be recruited, use a spy to scout out Mediolanum. Spies are the intelligence-gathering eyes and ears of your empire. Spies are one of 4 types of agent, the others being diplomats, merchants, and assassins. Agents are moved by selecting a location on the campaign map or by assigning missions to them. To view available missions, select Mediolanum, then click on the highlighted Send Agent button. In the Agents panel, the upper section shows the skills and status of available agents. When you select an agent, the lower panel then shows a list of missions they can be assigned, along with the probability of success. When you are happy with the agent and mission, press the Confirm button. Send your spy on a mission to Mediolanum via the Send Agent panel.
Alright, well that's different. Instead of like going for the agent directly, just go to like, settlement. I'm not really sure there was assassins in the original game, but I remember using assassins in like the, Barbarian Invasion, so. He's just gonna enter the settlement.
Your spy has infiltrated Mediolanum. You can now view its buildings and units in the Settlement Overview panel. Select Mediolanum to open its Settlement Overview panel.
So he managed to infiltrate the settlement and is now waiting further orders. So now I can see who's basically in here.
Success is not determined solely on the battlefield. Some of your greatest victories will be at the negotiating table. Diplomacy is conducted by diplomats. Send a diplomat to Lilybaeum to establish trading relations with the Carthaginians. The quickest way to get there is by sea.
I don't remember Julii having a boat down here.
A fleet has been sent to collect Sextus Antio, one of your diplomats. To embark him, select him, and then right-click on the fleet.
Can I be of service?
Embark Sextus Antio onto the highlighted fleet. Fleets can transport your armies and agents around the world quickly and to places unreachable on foot. Move the fleet carrying Sextus Antio to the highlighted location.
Alright, so over here.
Sir, I cannot! Yes, Captain!
With a fleet selected, right-click on the coast and all units or agents on board will disembark. Disembark Sextus Antio at the highlighted location.
Going ashore.
So a little bit of like naval movement, as well as like agent action here.
Move Sextus Antio to Lilybaeum to begin negotiations. Enter negotiations with Lilybaeum.
Moves depleted, sir.
This is the Diplomatic Negotiations panel, where you negotiate treaties. It shows information on the 2 negotiating factions, their relationship and relative military strength. The character panels on the left and right give information about your diplomat and the character they are negotiating with. Your present aim is to secure trade rights with the Carthaginians. Under Offer, select Trade Rights and Map Information. They will appear on the central scroll as part of your proposed deal. You should also request map information in return, selected under When you are ready, propose your terms to the Carthaginians and see how they respond. Propose your terms by clicking the highlighted button.
Alright, well, I guess you can't go back in here, so...
Reason has triumphed. Carthage has accepted your terms. Not all negotiations will go so smoothly. Some will run through several rounds of proposal and counter-proposal, with both parties adding or removing items until a compromise is reached. Some negotiations will never bear fruit. Negotiations are influenced by many things, including your diplomat's influence rating, traits, and followers, the character they are negotiating with, relations between the factions and their relative military strength, as well as the alliances each has with other factions. Diplomats may also try to bribe their negotiating partner. If you had more money at your disposal, you might have tempted Lilybaeum to switch allegiance from Carthage to the Julii. Close the Diplomatic Negotiations panel by clicking the highlighted button.
So, it looks like I give like a little bit of information about like how wealthy they are, or how poor they basically are, who their enemies basically are, protectorate, trade partners. Our current relationship. I don't know what governs like, what relationship basically is.
You have done all you can in your first turn of play, and are now familiar with the basics of Total War, Rome Remastered. From now on, whenever I have further guidance to offer, my portrait will pulse. Click it for my advice. To get more help on an open panel, select the question mark button to my right. You can also refer to the help sheet on the pause menu, or follow tooltips to view linked entries in the in-game wiki. Select End Turn to continue playing. Time will move forward 6 months, and you will see other factions taking their turns. They will move their armies and agents around the map, and enter negotiations or wage war with other factions, including your own.
Alright, so that looks to be the basics of a tutorial. Tell me to go to end turn.
Greetings.
So, they want trade rights. I could ask for map information, I think.
A most generous proposal.
So now I can see where Gaul basically is. Make it rain, declare a British faction apparently. For the future, reinforce your armies. War with the Gauls is imminent. Gaul is a gateway to the north and west. Use the faction summary at the bottom left to check your objectives and view rivals' progress. So, bottom left over here. Go forth and conquer, but do not expand too quickly. I will be here to guide you with my portrait flashes. Click on it for advice. Okay, so there's my advisor. Here's our first alert. So the news panel. Click on the tabs below for alerts, notifications, reports. When playing on as a Roman faction, additional tabs for sent missions. Use the buttons at the top right in each section to filter messages. So we're successful in spying. We're successful in basically taking Segesta. Apparently he's granted 10,000 denarii for it. Wasn't I supposed to get like a hostility for it? Not gonna complain. Apparently a rebel army popped up over here. That's good to know. So richest faction. The House of Julii. I think it's only doable because of the tutorial, but who knows. SPQR and Scipio went to war with the Greek city-states. So, all red. Here's reports, so recruited town watch. Whoops. I did not mean to get rid of the construction report there, but oh well. Here's my end of turn. So basically in farming, no mining, some trade, some taxes. Pay 1,000 wages and upkeep. Recruitment was 150, construction was 2,280. Senate transaction was 10,000. Corruption utter. So you can see the total up and down. There's all this stuff right here. So, my next Senate mission assigned will be to take Narbo Martius. I'll be given priority for appointment in the office if I take it. So that's basically over there. Where's the Greek city over here? Alright, so the Send Agent panel. When you have selected a target, use the Send Agent panel bottom right to send a spy, diplomat, mercenary, assassin. Click the Send Agent button followed by the agent's name in the mission and then confirm. After report. This report detailed your financial performance throughout the season, taking account of recruitment and construction, blah, 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 see all that stuff. That seems a little bit far away to take unless I, like, you know, use boats and go, like, right into the middle of their territory. Not sure we're gonna get this one, because it's a little too, lofty ways to get to. I remember, like, in the original one, they were a little more, like, you know, they, like, let's send you away to, like, you know, places like, you know, corrals over here to, you know, get, like, is this Sardinia, I think it is? Or I might, like, send you, like, up to, like, close by, but it's a little bit far away. Whatever. So, number of turns to arrive at target. I've got, like, you know, 9+, but whatever. Well, this feels like it's gonna be, like, good for, like, a first turn, I guess, so... That probably took a lot longer than, like, you know, expected, I didn't really expect it, but, you know, it's good enough for, like, a first, like, video. Here's our help sheet. See what's new in Total War Remastered, click here. So, this is, like, you know, telling me all about the stuff again. Yep. So here's my camping controls and stuff like that if I want them. So camera controls, WQEADS. Zoom in out with the mouse button. Pan and stuff like that. There's additional controls that can be found here. But that's in the wiki that apparently doesn't work right now. Now I get an error reference to like the Steam UIE for it, so if there's additional controls, then like, you know, can't see them just yet. But well. Cool, so I can actually like use this button to turn it on and off the help sheet. That's nice to see. So Shift plus Enter to end turn quickly. I can do a quick save with Control and S. Well, let's do it normally, I think. So save in turn 2. I really shouldn't auto-save, but whatever. I'm not sure if he's going to delete after, like, you know, substance saves and stuff like that, so who knows. So, I guess that tells me that this is under siege, because I know, like, you know, my allies are attacking it right now. Yeah, I can see what my allies are doing, so that's worth noting. Now, I have to wonder, am I actually trading with, like, you know, my fellow Romans at this point, or am I not? A question for myself right there. Alright, so, let's exit to the main menu. I noticed basically when I was like, click on Scipii, it basically like, sent me to the main campaign for Julii, which is probably because I have the tutorial basically on, but... I'm gonna turn this off. See if that does anything for me here. So yeah, okay, so to basically unlock these I have to like, either defeat the campaign, like the faction in the campaign, or internally relaunch the game. I remember like, in the original one you could basically like just beat the game and you basically like, win it that way, but whatever. I guess that makes sense. If you win the game, they're defeated that way, so... There's the 3 factions that we can basically play right now. The Julii, we're basically playing right now. So, in Rome, tradition and history matter, especially the legend of the city's founding, and the Julii are a patrician family descended from the followers of Romulus. The fates have not always been kind to the Julii. Their fortunes have waxed and waned so often that other powerful factions look down on these new men, freshly arrived to wealth, power, and authority. The Julii have adjusted to the realities of power and influence, and have cultivated their popularity with the common people, the plebeians. For now, power lies within the Senate, but the Julii know that the plebeians also have a voice that must be heeded. This approach puts the Julii at odds with the other great families, and whether it pays off is yet to be seen. The Julii hold a commanding position in northern Italy, and so will be the vanguard in any struggle against the barbarians. As success in the north can be translated into political power in Rome, the mob always loves winners. And there's of course like the Brudii, who's basically like, it's a little hard to see, but basically like, Julii are up here, Brudii are basically in the boot, and the Scipii are basically like, right there, and on Sicily right there. I always thought like, it would have been nice if I actually had like a little more detail on like, who the Scipii basically were. So you might know about the Scipii brothers basically like, went down into like, Iberia, basically during like the Second Punic War. Like I guess the Julii basically like, like Julius Caesar basically like, conquered Gaul. The Brudii here being everything. Alright, so you have stuff right here. So currently you have like modifiers for like unit balancing, AI improvement, battles, campaign, and all sort of stuff. So, unit balancing. Alright, so this is actually pretty good because apparently the changes for like the remaster were not that great. So, original mechanics from Rome Total War. Unit start are identical to the original release. And changes for Rome Total War. Pulse and similar units now skirmish more reliably. Non-scythe chariots morale is slightly reduced. Armenia's layer infantry has improved morale, and a few units have minor cost adjustments. So yeah, you can like change between these stuff here. So yeah, improvements. The AI will be less hesitant and more aggressive across all difficulties. The AI will merge depleted units together. The AI will disband units. Roman factions cooperate with each other to defend Rome from attack. In barbarian invasion, the AI will demolish temples that can improve upon a capturing settlement. So basically, like, stuff basically prevent rebellions from happening. There's battles, so night battles are available in the base game, barbarian invasion in Alexander. In rain, flame projectiles are less effective than structures. Logic for reinforcements has been adjusted so that they arrive more consistently, and balance in all assault battles have been improved. So I heard that apparently they changed it so like, the chariots for like the Britons, for example, aren't as overpowered anymore. And you lose a lot more of them in like, all resolve. So campaign. In the original, the game is unaltered from the original release, with the exception of minor bug fixes. Traits gain levels incremental, but disappear instead of losing levels. You can't dismiss agents you control. And in like the later remastered one, ambushes have a larger area of effect. So basically, you don't have to be like right next to them to basically trigger them. The effect of Squalor on public order is capped. Barbarian taverns provide bonuses to law and health, so basically helps the barbarians like keep their civilians under control. Unit upkeep and wages are deducted from faction's treasury, rather than the recruiting someone's income. Not really sure what it does, but whatever. Enslave option distributes slaves to all settlements, even those without governors. Alright, so that's actually something to note, by the way. In the original like Rome Total War, if you basically like enslave a populace, it basically like, distribute your slaves to like, you know, those cities with like governors. But I guess like they changed it here, so like, you know, if you don't have governors basically in a settlement, then you still get the slaves there. You know, in a way, I think that's like not the greatest change, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Disaster area effect is more accurately calculated. Higher probability of characters getting acclimated traits in settlements within an academy. The player can intervene in automatic summons more easily. Traits both gain and lose levels incrementally. And agents can be dismissive. Population cost balancing. So, the population cost of recruitment varies based on unit size, graphics setting, and is tied to the actual headcount of the unit. In the remastered, the population cost of recruitment is normalized across all unit size graphics, settings for a more constant game balance. Recruiting a unit costs as many soldiers as would be the headcount as normal unit size. I'm not sure what that basically means for, like, you know, recruitment, but whatever. So end turn. The end turn button behaves as the original release. Clicking it will proceed the next turn unless an event requires player action. If there are unread messages, the end turn button will appear as an alert button. Clicking on it will open a news panel allowing the player to view items before any turn. So, I'll note that basically in the original one you can basically keep pressing the end turn like each turn if you want to, but I guess here they're actually forcing you to go through, you know, the news if you want. But at least you can change it to class if you want to, I guess. Diplomacy. The area will make decisions based on present conditions, with only modest reference in past events. It can also experience indecision in certain situations. Bribe amounts adjusted to more reasonable values. So, okay, AI is more willing to become a portrait rather than face certain annihilation. Compensation option has been added to help improve relations with a faction after passing transgressions. Past relations have great influence on how factions behave towards each other. AI can cancel treaties. Added prevention of immediate treaty betrayals. Alright, so basically, like, you know, I like the idea like treaties not being like constantly broken, so that's a good thing to actually have, I guess. Merchants and trade. So, the only agent type in the original were diplomats, spies, and assassins. Trade only happens between settlements that share a land border or a maritime trade lane. And in Remastered, it adds merchants, an additional agent type, so you can actually turn this on or off, I guess. Merchants can be recruited from markets and create additional trade between distant settlements. Multiple resource nodes of the same type in a single region have been grouped together into singular high-quality nodes. Merchants are available in the base game and Barbarian Invasion, but not Alexander. Okay, well. So that's good to know. You can actually change this stuff if you want to. I also noticed they have like a faction difficulty like easy down here, so I guess they like rate like how hard these basically are. Alright, well that's basically enough for like, you know, a first episode. It basically took me an hour basically to go through that again. We'll basically get into the Julii campaign, I guess, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, take care.